Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 alien movies that were based on true events.
Hello? Hello, little guy. Give me you. Yes, a sweetie for you. Okay, there you go. Eat your sweetie.
For this list, we'll be looking at alien movies that were inspired by strange occurrences that allegedly happened. Let us know in the comments which one you believe is the closest to the truth.
If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
Number 10. Hangar 18. The most well-known UFO encounter in history, ever since a mysterious object crashed to Earth near Roswell, New Mexico, it's captured the public's attention. This movie was inspired by the government cover-up rumors that have surrounded Roswell for decades, featuring a crew of astronauts whose shuttle crashes into a UFO. The astronauts are scapegoated for an unfortunate incident, and it's down to them, the only ones truly suspicious of the Air Force's story, to solve the mystery of the titular Hangar 18. Hangar 18 itself is a nickname for a USAF building in an Ohio base that's the East Coast's answer to the Southwest's Area 51.
Just what are you asking, Gordon?
Keep the lid on Hangar 18.
Number 9. Hangar 10.
Here we are in Rendlesham Forest. Just waiting for it to get dark, do a bit of night hawking.
Dubbed the British Roswell, the Rendlesham Forest UFO incident is possibly the most famous alien encounter in the United Kingdom. Over a few nights at the end of December 1980, personnel at an American air base in England encountered a bizarre UFO in Rendlesham Forest, something now commemorated in the forest by a sculpture of a spaceship. The movie is found footage and follows a group of friends who uncover evidence of aliens in the woods, set years after the original UFO incident. Unfortunately, it was very poorly received and compared unfavorably to the Blair Witch Project, but it's still based on an interesting story. Number 8. Alien Autopsy. In 1995, after decades of speculation about Roswell, a strange film surfaced that claimed to be a genuine recording of an alien autopsy conducted on a specimen from the crash. Ultimately, the creator revealed it was a hoax, but it also inspired a movie of its own all about how and why the convincing fake was actually made.
Can you imagine what'll happen if they ever find out it's a fake?
You know, strictly speaking, it's not actually a fake. It's more of a remake. You gotta remember that.
This is a little-known British comedy starring one of the UK's most popular entertainment duos, Ant and Dec, as well as America's Bill Pullman, and it definitely brings the laughs.
Hoping for some sort of close encounter, probably. Just came out of nowhere.
Alien spacecraft? No. A green Land Rover. Knocked them over. Killed him.
Dead.
After all, it must have been a pretty bizarre experience to conduct an autopsy on a fake alien and makes fertile ground for comedy.
Everyone on the planet is going to know we're liars.
Yeah. Rich liars, though.
Number 7. The Mothman Prophecies.
Hello, John Klein.
Who is this?
My name is Indrid Cold.
Richard Gere stars in this movie dramatizing the 1967 collapse of the Silver Bridge in Pleasant Point, West Virginia. Fans of the supernatural will know that the mysterious bridge collapse has been widely attributed to an entity called the Mothman in American legend.
The nocturnal butterfly. In ancient cultures, the moth represents a form of a psyche or the soul immortally trapped in the hellish death realms. Mothman.
So the story goes, the Mothman was sighted in and around Point Pleasant in the lead-up to the bridge collapse, and was supposedly spotted on the bridge itself. Mothman is now a major part of modern UFO mythology, with many believing that the strange creature was extraterrestrial in origin.
Seeing a UFO is one thing. What do you do when someone comes into your office and tells you they saw this in their backyard?
If you're interested in the legend, this is one of the best movies to watch. Number 6, The Blob. Yes, it's true. 1958's The Blob may actually have a kernel of truth in its amorphous antagonist.
How do you get people to protect themselves from something they don't believe in?
The movie follows the growth of an alien entity that absorbs and destroys various towns in rural Pennsylvania, becoming a threat to America. But it's been claimed that the film is based on a real event when 2 cops came across an extraterrestrial ooze that had fallen from the sky just outside Philadelphia in 1950. The ooze disappeared overnight, according to witnesses, and it's never been explained. Though if it had grown to the size of a building and wiped out entire towns, it would certainly be a more well-known story.
There is a monster. We saw it again in Dad's store. Dave, it's bigger now.
Number 5, District 9. Unlike other alien movies based on true events, District 9 isn't based on any UFO myth. It's actually a very clear and very well-done allegory for apartheid in South Africa.
They're spending so much money to keep them here when they could be spending it on other things, but at least they're keeping them separate from us.
An enormous alien ship lands above Johannesburg, and eventually the insectoid aliens within, referred to diminutively as prawns, end up living in ghettos as second-class citizens.
I can't believe I get paid to do this. I love watching the prawns die.
Apartheid in South Africa is still a fresh memory for a great many people, since it didn't end until the 1990s, despite ongoing action from the United Nations. This was less than 20 years before District 9 was released. Specifically, it's about the forcible relocation of black South Africans to a slum in the 60s.
The people of Johannesburg and of South Africa are going to live happily and safely knowing that that prawn is very far away.
Number 4, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
No more! Cover it!
Though this movie is often mocked for its over-the-top ridiculousness, just like the other Indiana Jones movies, it does some things from real life.
Unbelievable.
It opens with the Soviets searching Area 51 for an alien corpse from the Roswell incident, with Indy explaining that he was actually drafted in to investigate Roswell back in 1947. The crystal skulls are also the core MacGuffin. And though all the crystal skulls have been debunked as hoaxes, they are still real objects that are striking to look at. And fake or not, they're now a legitimate part of modern history. And of course, the Maya did build stunning cities, though they almost certainly didn't communicate with aliens. Number 3, Battle Los Angeles. In 1942, the USA had just entered the Second World War following Imperial Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor, Hawaii the previous December. The Battle of Los Angeles was a strange UFO incident where anti-aircraft guns and defenses were activated to fight against an incoming threat believed to be the Japanese Air Force once again.
Yo, what's your take on this, Specs? I don't know, extraterrestrial?
You mean like from space?
No, Emily, from Canada.
The problem was that it wasn't an attack from Japan at all. In fact, the USAF claimed that it was a misidentified weather balloon, a story nobody believes. This has led to speculation that the incident was in fact an attack from alien spacecraft and that there was a subsequent cover-up by the American authorities. That's the line this Aaron Eckhart vehicle takes.
Looks like we're getting into some heavy shit. It's been my experience, Lieutenant. Heavy shit is highly overrated.
Number 2, Communion. The strange events Communion was based on only became widely known because of the movie. The supposedly true events portrayed actually happened to the movie's writer, Whitley Strieber, who also wrote a novel about them. Christopher Walken's character even shares Strieber's name. He decided not to come up with a different one. Strieber claimed to have been plagued by unusual dreams until eventually being visited by a UFO, events which haunt him in his sleeping life. He finally undergoes hypnosis and regains his lost memories of the abductions, echoing many similar UFO abduction tales from the 20th century, though it seems the aliens don't want to hurt him.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Fire in the Sky. Travis Walton is another alien abductee who disappeared for 5 days in Arizona in 1975 while working as a logger. A large manhunt was unable to find him until he mysteriously reappeared at a roadside after being returned to Earth by his captors. He wrote a book about the experience, which was made into a movie 15 years on, Fire in the Sky, which shows Walton's experience aboard an alien spacecraft. However, the real-life case is plagued by controversy, largely because Walton and the additional loggers he was with, though they only claimed to have seen the ship rather than been abducted by it, claimed a cash reward for the year's best UFO sighting.
We told you everything we know, and if that's not good enough, that's too damn bad, because that's all there is. Let's get the hell out of here.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.